Title: Forbidden Love with My Husband's Son. In the remote hills of Oduoma, an ancient Igbo village nestled between thick forests and winding streams, the palace of Igwe Ezechukwu stood as a symbol of tradition, power, and secrets buried deep. Nkemdilim, the young third wife of Igwe Ezechukwu, arrived at the palace at the age of 21. She had been married off as a gesture of alliance between her father's clan and the royal family. Beautiful, graceful, and intelligent, Nkem was a jewel meant to adorn the old king's legacy. But the palace walls, gilded with history, held shadows that whispered more than blessings. Igwe Ezechukwu was well past 60, a man of authority and quiet intimidation. He ruled his household with the same iron command he used in the village square. Nkem respected him. She feared him. But she never loved him. The Igwe's first son, Obinna, had been away in the city, running his father's business empire. When he returned to Oduoma for the New Yam festival, the palace stirred. Obinna was unlike any man Nkem had ever known. He was tall, with a commanding presence that came not from arrogance but confidence. His voice was calm, his eyes intense. The moment their paths crossed, something unspoken charged the air between them. Nwanyegui, he greeted, bowing slightly when they met in the courtyard. Obinna, she responded, barely able to meet his gaze. He was 29. She, 23. Days passed. Festival preparations kept everyone busy. But Nkem felt his eyes on her constantly, at the yam barn, in the kitchen, at the evening dance rehearsals. She tried to ignore it. Tried to bury the fire building within her. But the more she resisted, the stronger it burned. One evening, the generator went off. The palace was plunged into darkness. Nkem went outside to find her way to the backyard kitchen when she almost stumbled into someone. "Easy," Obinna's voice whispered. Her heart slammed against her ribs. "I didn't see you." "I know," he said, not moving. For a moment, the darkness wrapped around them like a cloak. "You shouldn't be out here alone," he said. "I could say the same to you." A beat. Silence. The air between them thickened. "Do you love him?" he asked suddenly. Nkem froze. "He's my husband." "That's not what I asked." She turned to walk away, but he gently held her wrist. "Nkemdilim." The way he said her name made her breath catch. "This is wrong," she whispered. "I know." And yet, neither of them moved. That night was the beginning of something neither could stop. It started with glances, subtle touches, conversation that lasted longer than they should. Then one night, in the quiet of the palace library, it happened. They kissed. And the world shifted. It was forbidden. It was madness. It was dangerous. But it was love. They met in hidden corners, behind closed doors, under the cover of darkness. Their passion was fueled not just by desire but by the impossibility of it all. In each other, they found what had been denied: connection, understanding, freedom. But secrets don't stay buried in Oduoma. Mama Uju, one of the palace servants, began to suspect. She had seen too many things, heard too many whispers. And she was loyal to the Igwe. One afternoon, as Nkem and Obinna embraced in the goat shed, thinking no one would look for them there, Mama Uju saw. That night, she went to the Igwe. "Igwe, there is something I must tell you. But you must promise not to kill me." By morning, the palace had changed. Guards were repositioned. Doors locked earlier. Obinna was summoned by his father and did not return to his chambers. Nkem waited all night. At dawn, she went to the palace shrine to pray. There, she found Obinna kneeling, bloodied, his eyes hollow. "They whipped me," he said. "But I didn't deny it." Tears streamed down her face. "I'm so sorry." "You're worth it," he said simply. A decision was made that day. They had to leave. That night, With the help of a sympathetic guard, Obinna and Nkem slipped out through a back path leading to the river. They walked for hours, hand in hand, until they reached the main road. They left Oduoma behind. The scandal shook the village. The Egui declared them outcast. But rumors began to spread about how true love had dared to defy royalty, how a young woman found her heart in a place she never expected. In the city, Nkem and Obinna started over. It was not easy. But it was theirs. And for the first time, Nkem understood what it meant to choose. She had been the Egui's wife. But now, she was Obinna's queen.